Hello everyone, I'm doing a video. The struggle is real. So, I wasn't going to make anything, but it really kind of bothers me, and it bothered me, but then I was reflecting on more of the state of consciousness in the world, and my place in that. You know what I mean? What I can do from where I am to make a difference. And so, long story short, is I saw a post today on Facebook from a page. I think they shared in somebody else's post, but it was a dish like to make to eat, and I now found it repulsive and gross, but it was like lasagna made with bacon wrapped in this. It was just, and I know if you're gonna say that sounds great or whatever, just don't even bother leaving a comment. But after everything that I've researched and all of the knowledge, it's just gross. I just found it so repulsive. And I did provoke discussion. I mean, I did leave a comment, and I'm not going to say I didn't, you know what I mean? So I commented on the article, and some people were saying gross, some people were saying, ooh, yuck, too greasy, some people were saying all kinds of different stuff. But I posted, nothing like diabetes, cancer, and heart disease all in one shot. So, yeah, I mean, I figured somebody was going to say something back to me. Not that big of a deal. I posted it to kind of provoke a discussion, because at first I thought that either the person that wrote the article or the page, this witchy page, which was the Witch's Den, I've since unliked it and I don't follow it anymore, only because of what happened. So, you know, I made a video a long time ago now, back about Facebook groups, and when you're having a discussion and the moderators think, oh, I don't like this, delete, or whatever, that really drives me crazy. So I just would leave those pages. You know, I have my page, I have whatever, I can discuss what I want to, and I'm all for discussion, as long as no one's attacking anyone or, you know, spewing hate or anything like that. If it's more constructive, I'm okay with it. I have someone that follows my Facebook now and was rebutting some of the videos I had posted from Facebook where I'm sharing some of the vegan videos and stuff. And I had to talk to her about it, and at least she messaged me. And I was like, no, actually, this is what's the case. And I linked her some videos from people that have done the studies. There's so many videos out there with the scientific studies that have been peer reviewed and all that kind of stuff for a whole food plant-based diet, that there's so many. I can kind of direct you, and then you can read for yourself. And that's what she wanted me to basically link her the studies, and I was like, well, they're in these videos. They link them in their videos. I'm not doing your homework for you, basically. But I was nice about it, you know what I mean? I didn't say that. I was just like, it's in the video. Look in the description. It says right here, here's a link to this. Here's the World Health Organization. Here's this, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's another subject. But for this, I had this random lady who replied to me and said, okay, it started out, basically, every one of her arguments was a straw man argument, and she said, something, I have to remember how it went because they were like chronological, you know what I mean? So she was saying, okay, so she said something about, basically life is going to give you these diseases anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. Eating this horrible food, or eating horrible food in general, is not going to change that. And I was like, actually, It has been scientifically proven, there are papers, peer-reviewed studies, that a whole food plant-based diet can be used to treat the top 3 killers: cancer, diabetes, and heart disease, and reverse them. Like some people's, and reverse like cholesterol and stuff like that. There's also been people that have been on a whole food, they went on whole food for 3 days and their cholesterol and everything totally dropped down into like not, they were in extreme mode before, and then it was not. And I mean, I don't have those studies, I just watched them, a couple different outlets on YouTube. One is Mick the Vegan, M-I-C, the Vegan. One is Plant-Based News. There's a couple of the doctors, like Dr. Clapper and Dr. McGregor and them. So search them on YouTube. You'll find out what I'm talking about if you want to know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I just basically said that's not the case. Eating a whole plant, and I said, and I prefer organic, can be used to treat these. And then she rebutted again with, she had a daughter who ate organically. She didn't say what she ate organically. I mean, I am not an advocate if you go out and want to eat what they call organic, humane meat and all that kind of stuff. That's just a lie. That does not exist. But I don't know what she was eating. She just said she ate organic and developed a rare cancer and died, I want to say, a couple months later. And then she stated that if we didn't eat animals, then the world would become overrun with them. And that's another straw man argument. I was like, oh God, or another argument. So first I apologized for her loss. And I said, but you already stated the facts, is that a rare blood cancer or something like that comes out of that's just weird. No, I'm not saying that this will fix them. I said it will reverse some forms of cancer. It's not a cure-all, right? There's other things that come into play when that happens. If it's something like that, I mean, yes, you could probably use it to treat it, but as fast as her daughter passed from it, I would assume that there was something bigger going on, or, something really odd, rare. She said rare. So I'm assuming, she didn't elaborate. So I did apologize for that, but for her loss. And I stated, I didn't say all cancer. I just said cancer. And I clarified, it's just some cancers. And then I said, but your argument about animals overrunning the earth is one I've heard before, but sometimes when I'm like, do people hear what comes out of their mouths? So I was like, that is not the case. That is not true. The reason that there are so many animals all the time is because we're breeding them because people buy the products. It's supply and demand. If you quit buying it and you quit eating it, two things happen. Your health gets better. It's less stress on the planet. And there's no cruelty. But fourth of all, is that, let's take the dairy industry for instance. The only reason that they keep breeding them is so that they can keep the supply. So, and then I stated what happens in the dairy industry. I mean, the mother cow is forcibly impregnated in a device that in the United States we call a rape rack, not termed by me, termed by the farmers, where they forcibly impregnate them. They're pregnant for 9 months. They've been selectively bred to be able to give milk while they're pregnant and not have to wait until they have their baby. Once the calf is born, it is separated from the mother because they want the milk to sell. They're not feeding it to the mothers or to the babies. Now, if the baby is a boy, it's considered a waste product, and he is killed shortly after. Sometimes a few hours after, up to a day. Or shipped off, or kept for veal, locked in a crate, fed nothing, never see sunlight, and then they kill him. If it's a girl, she can produce milk. So her fate's the same as her mother's. Her mother, once her body gives out after 6 or 7 years, which they can live to be like 26, 27, 28. After 6 or 7 years, and then with all the stress that it causes on their body, they develop these infections and blah, 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 blah. But once they can't produce as much milk, then they're sent to slaughter and killed. And then their daughters take their place. So I stated all that. And to which she replied, I gotta think again. I think that was the last one. Because I got about 3 or 4 deep. Comments wise. And then somebody liked or hearted my comments. Then another person liked them. And then when I went to click the notification for the like, I noticed that all of my rebuttals off my base comment as, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease all in one shot, blah, blah, blah. That comment was still there because her rebuttals were still there. But all of my return arguments that knocked down all her so-called arguments that I've heard like a billion times, and they're the stupidest arguments ever, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but they've been proven so many times. Like, it's just, to me, like, now it's like, oh my god, it's been like 30 years. People get over those arguments. But I get really frustrated. And so I did take what I've learned from other, wow, that was weird, other activists, and, be calm and be supportive, because you were there once, and yes, I was. I had the same kind of mentality. I had the same kind of arguments, and it's just like I've said before, it's like now that I'm waking up, my mind is opening and I'm seeing, it's like waking up into an absolute horror movie nightmare. But anyway, they deleted just my comments and left all hers. So it looked like she had all these arguments against me and I didn't say anything back. So I stewed about it for a little bit. I did make a comment back and I said it's a little disappointing. I think I said something like this. I don't know if disappointing was the word. That only my comments were deleted, and I'm the only one and I'm the one that's trying to show compassion. So I let that sit there for a second, and then I deleted the whole thing. So because then all hers are gone too. Because I was like, you know what, I'm not going to have them look like, I know it's like kind of like a competitive thing, but I didn't want to look like I didn't answer. You know what I mean? They deleted all my comments. And mine were constructive. They were just rebuttals of her arguments. They left all her arguments of, oh, the world's going to become overrun and all that crap. So, yeah. So I wanted to get that off my chest because it really bothered me. I'm like, this is why it takes me a little bit longer and why I haven't done a lot of activism. And I mean, I'll talk about it on here, but I haven't done it a lot because it is so frustrating for me that I need to learn how to deal with that. But in my head, I think better. I think I did a really good job on this, and I'm venting to you guys now, but like I really kept my cool when that was happening, but it's just like, oh, I did make a comment at the end too, that we are the cunning folk. We are the ones that are supposed to understand the world more than them muggles. You know what I mean? And I put a winky face. I got bit by a mosquito. That Sacred Heart Witch's Den. It's that page. Sorry. So they deleted them. Or it's still gone. I just wanted to know. It was like, wonder what's there. Most people would put in gross and stuff like that. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Crap. I did make a comment. Oh, that we are the cunning folk, because it's it's a witch's page. we're supposed to learn from that, and I encourage you. Don't take my word for it. I'm saying that there's been proven studies and blah blah blah. If you need links, see me. I'll find them. I'll look them up for you. Now, even though I told the other person I wasn't gonna. I mean, I didn't do that. I didn't say that to her. I didn't say I wasn't going to find them for her. I was just like trying to urge her to research. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go. It's not my. It is my battle, but you know what I mean? It's like some people got to help themselves. You know what I mean? If you're just going to rebut me because you don't want to hear that it's wrong or whatever, I can't make you. You know, you have to wake up on your own. Yeah, so, but that's my whole thing with this mess, is that and I know that this is why I fight with my path, and what I label myself as, because I consider myself a witch, but I have a really hard time relating to people that are like that are just spouting arguments that are just plain stupid. I know that sounds horrible, but that's the bottom line. Is that these are totally made up. And any of these studies where people have gotten this information, if you even look in further, who cited the research, who paid for it, who did all that, you can always follow the buck. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna get that off my screen. Sorry, I have it on my other computer, and I'm just like that. But we as witches, I think I have a unique opportunity to try and be an advocate for our community, because we are supposed to be, you know, we pride ourselves on seeing through it all and seeing what's through the veil, and I don't know however you want to coin it, but it's like, oh god, my eyes are itching again. It's I just think, you know, and I know some people haven't researched it, so they're totally oblivious. You know what I mean? So it's not there. But if you have come back at me with these age-old arguments, you've actually had to go looking for those, right? Because or it's something that you were taught a long time ago and you've just kept it up, or maybe your parents taught you that or something. But it's just all garbage and lies, and I try and keep up what's going on now. What do we learn? What do we used to think versus what we know now? You know what I mean? And it might change. It might change in the future, but nothing is going to change about this for me, because people are healthier, living longer, less detrimental to the environment, and of course eliminates cruelty of all this unnecessary industrial cruelty to animals, which is horrific. Just horrific. The worst, you know, people are like, oh, I'll just cut meat out. No, the worst industries are eggs and dairy by far. Not to say go after meat, but they're all horrible. Horrible, horrible. And with this incident on Facebook, my problem is if I'm having a discussion with someone, it would be different if they deleted her comments or said, hey guys, we're going to discontinue this talk, or if it got out of hand or whatever. But they only deleted my comments because I had actual rebuttals to her. Like, I stated actual facts. And these straw men, or I don't even know if they're straw men, but these arguments came up. I think they are straw man arguments, but they left all those. So I was like, oh, it's stuff like that, and that's when you realize that I kind of feel like I'm left out in left field, because I finally found, or thought I finally found, a community that I could identify with, and their way of thinking, and you know, we were so past the brainwashing. I'm sorry if this hurts anyone's feelings, but the brainwashing one of me as a kid that tried to happen, that didn't work with me, but with Christianity and mainstream religion and then politics and news media and I've just gotten past all of that, and I thought I'd found a place where people were like, oh, they're always learning, they're always studying. Wrong. That's just not the case. People carry this label just like they carry other labels in life, and it's not up to me to say if they deserve them or not, because they're following the craft, but it doesn't make them smart people. You know what I mean? That's where I think people get exchange one for the other, like especially when they find the craft path or Wicca or whatever, and then they try to overlay all these values or all these structures from Christianity. It's why people get so bent out of shape about the two, is because no, we're past that. Or, you know, I want to say that I'm past that. I can't say it for other people, because I have found that once I started studying and learning from some authors of, let's say, like Wicca, for instance, it's a lot of regurgitated stuff that I didn't agree with before. You know what I mean? And that could be just the authors. That's why I love my path, because I can tailor it how my chair is falling down. I can make it for me. You know what I mean? I can change it. It's it's new. I can make it how I see fit. Anyway, I've been rattling on now for 20 minutes, so if you have any questions or comments, put them in the box below. Please don't go attack that webpage or anything like that. I'm not instigating any arguments or anything like that. It just, when I follow pages that I really, really like, and then they turn out to let me down because they want to push their own agenda and don't want to hear facts, that bothers me. So until next time, I will talk to you soon. Blessed be.